Hello, thanks for your interest in the Sustainable Building Advisor Program. This is an abbreviated version of the information session hosted by O'Brien & Company on August 15, 2013. First, introductions. I'm Kelly Kirkland, and I've worked at O'Brien & Company for 7 years. I'm the Education Services Manager, and I develop and deliver courses to working professionals on a variety of green building topics. I've worked on other kinds of green building consulting projects as well, including green operations and maintenance, green schools programs, and lots more. O'Brien & Company is a green building consulting company. It's the oldest one in Washington State, and we do consulting on design and construction projects. We consult on policy and program development, and of course, education and training. And we're partnering on this with Lifelong Education Institute. They are a company based in San Francisco that maintains the Sustainable Building Advisor Program curriculum. They select lead instructors, and they provide the Moodle online learning platform to support the class. The purpose of the Sustainable Building Advisor course is to really build a community of sustainable building advisors who can confidently and knowledgeably promote green building to the industry and to the public. SBAs might work internally within a larger organization, or they might work on their own. So how does the class approach building people's capacity to do that work? We help students learn about key sustainable building practices, practice analyzing projects for opportunities. We help students write and present these opportunities so that they're understandable, and we integrate lessons learned so that green buildings not only get built, but that they actually work. The class is celebrating 14 years, which is really exciting. It was developed in Seattle, and the curriculum continues to be updated on a regular basis so that the content stays ahead of the curve, and it's continually evolving and growing as the industry evolves and grows as well. So let's go quickly through each unit. In Unit 1, we help equip participants to have meaningful conversations about sustainability and green building. This might be the most important part of the whole class. In Unit 2, we look at the broader context for green building at the regional scale, including transportation issues. In the Energy unit, you'll learn about best practices to use to get the most efficient building, and also learn a little bit about the major energy-using systems in a building. You won't be an engineer after taking this unit, but you'll be much better equipped to talk to one. In Unit 4, we talk about what makes materials green, trade-offs, and third-party certifications. In Unit 5, we cover a wide variety of indoor environmental quality topics, including pollutants, ventilation, daylighting, and how these impact energy targets, occupant health, productivity, and other related topics. In Water and Site, we look at both indoor and outdoor water conservation, gray water and black water reuse strategies, and on-site water treatment and low-impact development. In Unit 7, we look at job site operations and construction waste management best practices. And in the final unit, focused on operations and maintenance, is where we really bring it home and talk about the key steps to ensuring peak performance throughout the life of the building. The course format includes a number of different ways to communicate the information. The backbone of the course is our expert instructors, who are regional experts and advisors who practice these green building design and construction practices day in, day out. They really know how it works on the ground, and they're selected because of their expertise and because they're great teachers too. We also include rigorous inquiry as part of the course, which comes in the form of class discussions, and students are really encouraged and expected to participate, and it's really one of the most fun parts of the learning experience. There are 3 full-day field trips where we go look at real green buildings that are built and see how the principles that we're learning about are being applied. Content is also integrated so that when you learn about energy, you're not learning about energy in a vacuum, but energy is always impacting indoor environmental quality and water use. And so we touch back on all of these things as we go through so students can really see the interconnections. There's both required readings that are the core curriculum, and then lots of resources and recommended readings for students who want to go deeper in certain areas. And again, all of this information is applicable across sectors, so each student will really get the information that they need at the right level. Here's an example of what that looks like. So for Unit 1, the importance of place, There are lecture components on sustainable site assessment, transportation planning, and smart growth, and then students practice applying that information by doing a site assessment. There's a discussion of the results of the activity. There's a field trip to a transit-oriented development, those kinds of things. New this year, there's also an online resource for the class called Moodle. It's a way for students to stay connected and informed between classes, access the materials, and track their progress. We already have a great lineup of guest experts for the Seattle class. Chris Herman is our expert in passive solar design. Barbara Irwine and Cynthia Putnam have both been experts who've been student favorites as long as I can remember, and will share their insights on lighting and sustainable O&M, respectively. Charles Wolfe is a UW faculty member who will provide an introduction to land use planning. Ellie Bunzendahl will teach about energy basics and provide her real on-the-ground insights of where things go wrong in the field. Michael Laurie will deliver an engaging presentation about water efficiency, complete with props. Elizabeth Powers, who's a principal of O'Brien & Company, will teach students about how to effectively run an eco-charrette, and there are dozens of more instructors signed up as well. The typical makeup of the class includes a really broad spectrum of people who work currently in design and construction, facility management, engineers, consultants, and then every year we also have people who take the class who are looking to change careers and may have very little background at all. But it's this diversity of the student body that I think really adds to the richness of the discussions and also helps people have a deeper understanding of how things can work and where things can go wrong. I think the network that students build as part of taking the class is one of the biggest benefits. Students have started companies together, started working for the guest instructors, made friends, and really built their network within the green building industry here in Seattle through this class. And of course, the credential is a huge benefit as well. So once you have passed the SBA class and taken and passed the final exam, you can use the CSBA initial after your name as well as the logo and be part of an active alumni network nationwide of leading green building professionals. Inevitably, I get asked about the career outlook for CSBAs, and it's actually a difficult question to answer because of the incredible diversity in the professionals who take the class. People go a lot of different places and do a lot of different things. But that said, while the construction industry as a whole took a nosedive between 2008 and 2010, the green building market actually experienced an increase and has risen in its market share steadily over the past decade. So it's still a great place to be. So there's increased visibility of green building, there's increased demand with building owners, residents, and tenants who want the benefits of cost savings and improved health. There are federal, state, and local incentives for green building. Increasingly, there are governmental mandates for green building, and there's a lot of resources. So this really adds up to more than a trend, but a great place to be a professional. And additionally, with the economic downturn, training is very timely as well. I've seen a big resurgence in interest in training recently, and I think it's because people have put it on hold for a couple years while things were slow, and they know it's overdue. So it's a great way to freshen up. And why the SBA program as opposed to other credentials that are out there? I think the most important thing for people to realize is that the LEED credentials are extremely well recognized and fabulous for what they are, but they focus on the LEED rating system. And this class really focuses on green building best practices, regardless of which rating system you're using. There are lots of other credentials for people that are specific to their role. So there's certified energy manager and certified green broker, and those are all great if you work in that role. But again, the SBA program is designed to integrate across sectors and really help people have a common language and a shared understanding of green building so that we can all work better together. I really like this quote from a former student who has taken quite a few credentialing programs, and he really found that this one was the most important because he was able to fully comprehend all aspects of sustainability through this class. It's also not just the SBA program telling you that it's a credible certification to get. It's been approved by the USGBC, recognized as a 400-level mastery program in green building. It counts for 100 continuing education hours under the GBCI Credential Maintenance Program, and it's also recognized by the AIA and pre-approved for AIA credits as well. Lots of employers have sent their staff to the SBA course because it helps them develop an integrated approach to green building, to get the knowledge on best practices that they need to apply to their work, and really to be able to provide more value to their projects. This is a quick list of some of the companies that have hired SBAs or have sent SBAs through the program. And what do you get out of it personally? I think it's really good future-proofing for not only your building projects, but your career. I think a lot of people who take the SBA class naturally show real leadership in the industry, so you're an extremely good company. You can really stand out among other professionals with this credential and make a real difference in your work. So some practical facts. The class is 18 full days. Most of the days are 9 to 5. There's a few that are 9 to 3. And starting on September 13th, the class runs every single Friday, except for the Friday of Thanksgiving week, plus 5 Saturdays. The Saturdays are all 9 to 3. There's about 110 hours of in-class time, and then maybe 80 hours of outside class time. That's a really difficult number to generalize about. It depends on how often people want to meet with their teams. It depends on how much time you spend researching your papers. There's a few short papers required as part of the class. Most of them are 1 to 5 pages long. So outside of class, it really depends on how much effort students want to put in. Here's the costs. The early bird registration price is available until Friday, August 16th. After that, the cost is $2,450. And LEI also offers a payment plan for people who don't have all of the money up front. And if you have any questions about the payment plan, please do contact them. Some final contact information. There's more information about the course on the website, sbaprogram.com. Erin Scholl handles registration, and you can contact her for questions about how to sign up. Please don't hesitate to contact me for questions about the Seattle delivery, kelly@o'brienandco.com. And again, for questions about payment plans, you can contact Eduardo. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in class in September.